Think all overpowered leads are mainstream? Guess again. We've rounded a batch of hidden gems where the protagonist's power level is downright absurd. These aren't your run-of-the-mill power fantasies. They feature abilities so absurd, they make conventional super strength look tame. Strap in for a countdown where overlooked power takes center stage, because some of the strongest anime leads are the ones you never see coming. Number 9. I parry everything. Noor has spent over a decade training in complete isolation, mastering a single skill, parrying. No magic, no special attacks, just pure unshakable defense. Now, with dreams of becoming a legendary adventurer, he heads to the capital, only to learn that parrying isn't exactly a respected ability. After all, what good is blocking attacks if you can't land a hit on your own? But when an assassination attempt on Princess Lindbergh sends the kingdom spiraling toward war, Noor's seemingly useless skill turns out to be the ultimate defense. Blades, arrows, even spells, nothing gets past him. He doesn't need fancy moves or overwhelming strength. If it can be blocked, Noor will stop it. The world might favor flashy heroes, but this one-man fortress is about to make history, one parry at a time. Number 8. Kimono Jihin.
That hurt, stupid Dorotabo. You're just a...
For most people, a trip to the countryside means fresh air and peaceful landscapes, but for Detective Inugami, it means tracking down supernatural creatures and solving gruesome mysteries. His latest case, a village where livestock are turning up as half-eaten husks, and the only one who seems to care is a scrappy outcast boy nicknamed Dorotabo.
Right, I'll be careful.
What starts as a simple investigation quickly spirals into something much bigger. Dorotabo isn't just a weird kid, he's not even entirely human. As Inugami takes him under his wing, he's pulled into a hidden world of beastly bloodlines, secret societies, and battles that make the countryside seem anything but peaceful. If Dorotabo thought his life was strange before, he's about to find out just how deep the kimono world goes.
Hey! Hold on a sec! How did you do that? I don't get it, dude. Doesn't that hurt? It's crazy.
Number 7. The Elusive Samurai.
Those moves can't be taught in training. His elusiveness. It's heaven sent.
Tokiyuki Hojo is no brute force warrior. At 8 years old, he's all about evasion, stealth, and hiding in the perfect corner. Talents that come in clutch when his clan is suddenly massacred. Thrust into a battlefield by the priest Yorishige Suwa, Tokiyuki flees enemies who wants him gone for good. Instead of bravely standing his ground, our pint-sized protagonist outruns, outsmarts, and outmaneuvers entire armies.
That is the moment.
Each narrow escape only fuels his resolve to avenge his family, but vengeance doesn't always require a sword. Sometimes it's about using your wits to survive another day. The world is making raw cunning and quick feet Tokiyuki's real superpowers. If his enemies thought running away was cowardly, this feisty hero is here to prove them wrong. Number 6. Helk. Meet Helk. He's got the strength of a monster, the smile of a golden retriever, and, oh yeah, he's a human hero trying to become the next Demon King? That's a bit of a red flag for Vamirio, one of the 4 heavenly kings, who has no intention of letting some overly cheerful human waltz into demon leadership. Something has to be up. Determined to expose Helk as a fraud, Vamirio watches his every move, but the deeper she digs, the more questions pile up. Why does he claim to hate humans? Why does he fight so effortlessly? And why does the tournament decide the next Demon King suddenly feel way bigger than just a friendly competition? As the human world faces a threat no one saw coming, Hulk might just be the one warrior strong enough to stop it, if anyone can figure out whose side he's really on first. Number 5. The Osan newbie adventurer, trained to death by the most powerful party, became invincible. Rick Gladiodal is 30, stuck behind a guild desk, and convinced his dream of becoming a legendary adventurer is long gone. That changes when Rionette Elfed, a top-tier member of Orichalcum Fist, spots his hidden potential and throws him into a brutal 2-year training regimen. By the end, Rick can swing swords, cast spells, and endure punishing trials like a pro. Sure, most people think magic power stops growing at 20, but Rick missed that memo. Now he's ready to take the E-rank exam, only to discover that prejudice awaits older rookies at every turn. Fueled by the Spartan lessons that nearly broke him, Rick plans to silence the doubters and show them age is just a number. Number 4. Undead Unluck. Fuko Izumo has the worst luck imaginable. Literally, anyone who touches her is doomed to suffer catastrophic misfortune. Bridges collapse, explosions happen, and random acts of chaos follow her everywhere. After years of isolation, she's had enough. She's ready to end things, until she meets him. Undead is an immortal warrior who wants to die, and Fuko might be the one person who can make it happen. His regenerative abilities have kept him alive for centuries, but her unluck power could finally trigger an accident strong enough to kill him for good. Their partnership is born out of mutual insanity. One wants to live, the other wants to die, and between them, they attract absolute chaos. But before they can figure out the perfect way to test their theory, they find themselves hunted by an organization hell-bent on wiping out people with abilities like theirs. Now, instead of dying, Undead is forced to fight, while Fuko's gift makes every encounter explosively unpredictable. It's an all-out war of destruction, fate, and unstoppable regeneration, because when your power is built on disasters, you might as well make them work for you. Number 3. The wrong way to use healing magic.
Is the president prettiest girl in school a fantasy nerd?
Wait, that's what it's talking about?
Ken Usato never signed up to be a hero. In fact, he wasn't even supposed to be here. Summoned to another world alongside 2 of his classmates, he quickly realizes they were the real targets of the summoning, not him. But before he can even process that rejection, he learns he has an affinity for healing magic, a skill that's so rare, valuable, and, unfortunately, now the property of Rose, the captain of the rescue team. Instead of being treated like a fragile support mage, Usato gets thrown headfirst into a brutal training regimen. Healing magic means he can't die from exhaustion, so his training non-stop punishment. What begins as a nightmare soon turns him into something unrecognizable. A combat medic with absurd endurance, an iron will, and the ability to tank damage no one else can survive. He's not swinging swords or hurling fireballs, but when the battle gets tough, Usato is the last one standing, because when your power lets you erase your own injuries instantly, nothing short of obliteration is enough to keep you down. Number 2. Yatagarasu. The Raven does not choose its master. Politics, power struggles, and people who can turn into 3-legged crows? Welcome to the royal court of Yamauchi, where destiny is written in feathers and every move is a gamble for survival. At the center of it all is Prince Wakamiya, a second-born son who, against all odds, was chosen as the Kinu, spiritual servant of the mountain god. Sounds prestigious, right? Too bad it also means half the court wants him gone. Meanwhile, a sweet, unsuspecting girl named Asebi enters the palace as a potential bride, completely unaware that she stepped into a very high-stakes game of political chess. As rivalries explode and hidden agendas unfold, Wakamiya and Asebi must figure out how to stay ahead of the schemes. After all, in a world where fate decides everything, sometimes the only way to win is to rewrite the rules entirely.
Yukio!
Number 1. Summertime Rendering.
Take care of Mio. Please, look after her.
A summer trip back home should be filled with nostalgia and seaside sunsets, not murder, time loops, and shadowy monsters that want you dead. His childhood friend, Ushio, drowns saving someone else, but something about her death feels off. When he starts asking questions, things go from strange to terrifying. People are seeing identical copies of themselves, and once someone spots her doppelganger, they don't live to tell the tale.
Then we saw it. Hey, look up there. Mio? Huh?
Then Shinpei dies too, only to wake up right back at the start of the day. Turns out, reality itself isn't playing fair. Every time he dies, time resets, giving him another shot at saving his friends and figuring out what's really going on.
What the hell is that? A shadow?
But the enemy isn't lurking in the shadows, they are the shadows, and they're learning from every move he makes. If Shinpei wants to break the loop and stop the island's creeping darkness, he'll have to be faster, smarter, and just reckless enough to risk it all.
Just do it, alright? I can go back to the 22nd!